Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo. Today is Monday, December 7th, and because it's a Monday, that means it's time for What Sold on eBay! Just like every week, guys, I'm going to take you on a walk through our Instagram photos of our packages from the week, just to give you an idea of what we're shipping out every day and the volume that we're doing. And then we'll go on over to eBay where I have selected out highlights of our sales from the week. Everything from Bolos to really great bread and butter brands that sell for us on the regular for good money. Just to give you guys an idea of what you should be looking for when you're outsourcing. So we'll just jump right on in with what you're looking at right here. This is today's photo. Not a great weekend. Not a terrible weekend. Not a bad weekend. But definitely not a Q4 weekend. We sold 24 items. They shipped out in 23 packages. We did have one eBay buyer who purchased 2 pairs of jeans. We had one Macari sale and one Poshmark sale. During normal times, we do around a 0.5% sell-through rate. That's a daily sell-through rate. So if we have around 2,000 items, we should be selling around 10 a day. So a normal weekend from Friday afternoon through Monday morning, we should be shipping out at least 30 items. More than that if it's Q4. But as we all know, 2020 is not a normal year. It does not follow any of the rules from past years. And this Q4 has been kind of weird. And this year is poop. And we will take what we can get because this is absolutely not terrible. We had a couple of weekends in Q4 where we were only shipping out 18 items. So I'll take 24. And last weekend was pretty good. We had 31. And they were all eBay sales. Again, not Q4 numbers, but at least on target of where we should be. Tuesday we had 6. All eBay. Wednesday we had 5. 4 of those were eBay and 1 on Poshmark. So you can kind of see as we had a good weekend and the week kind of wore on. As the week wore on, the sales kind of got lower. But then we had a rise again. So Thursday we had 11, all eBay. And Friday we had 12, all eBay again. And half of those were Plush. We had, for whatever reason, Thursday night into Friday morning, we sold a whole bunch of Plush, which I'm going to show you. So those are selling. That's pretty normal for Q4 right around this time of year, getting ready for the holidays. We typically do see a rise in our Plush sales. So, you know, the week started out slow, ended really well for us, and then the weekend kind of petered out. But again, we'll take what we can get because this has been just a very weird year. And as you're going to see, once we jump over here to eBay, a lot of those items that we did sell were higher dollar. So if we're not going to get the volume, but we're going to sell more higher dollar items than bread and butter, I'll take it. The whole point of having a volume-based business is to sell a lot of bread and butter with your occasional one-off Bolos. So if our volume goes down and our Bolo sales go up, kind of averages out as far as overall profits and being in the red for the business. So this is a plush that we sold. We're going to just jump on in here. This is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Clarice. She's the female reindeer from the movie. And she didn't have any tags. Yes, she did. I'm a liar. She is official Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. She did have her tush tag. She plays music, but as you can see here where I disclosed this, that the music does still play when you press her ear, but it sounds like it's dying. And I said to the buyer that she should be considered to not work at all. There was no opening on her where you could get into her to pull out a container for batteries. You guys are probably familiar with that with a lot of electronic plush. They'll have like a Velcro opening or some kind of opening where you can get to the batteries and replace them. She did not have that. And because the music was warbled, I just wanted them to consider her as not working and just as a cute plush. So of course I listed her for a little bit cheaper. I probably would have had her around 20 or 25 actually if her music was really great in great working order. She did sell for $14.06, and she shipped first class. Here's another Christmas plush This is a Gund. Gund is a good brand to look for, guys. It's a pretty solid, higher bread and butter brand. This particular one is called the Cinnamon, which is kind of cute. He's a gingerbread man, and he is the Cinnamon. He sold for $15.93. We found him at the Goodwill, as well as Clarice here, 50 cents a piece. And the gingerbread man also shipped first class. Here's another Christmas plush. This is also a Clarice. This is a Build-A-Bear Clarice. Again, this one doesn't work though, unfortunately. So I did disclose that. The plush does not light up anymore. She's supposed to light up. And the battery case has mild corrosion. We tested the plush, but it does not work, even with new batteries. So I disclosed all of that and listed her for $9.99 with calculated shipping because she did weigh over a pound on her own before we even packaged her up. Had she worked, I probably would have put her up for $20 to $25 with the shipping in addition to that. But I did sell her for just $9.99 because she doesn't work. But they paid all in with shipping $25.49. So even a broken, not working Build-A-Bear that's a popular character, that's a Christmas character this time of year, will sell, and the buyer paid $25.49. So don't be afraid to list those plushes that are broken. You can still sell them. Probably, take a little bit longer and not for as much, but they will sell. Clarice shipped in a priority box. Next up, we have a Junior Paw Patrol Rubble. Found him at the Goodwill for 50 cents. He sold for $8.99, and he shipped first class. He's just a small little plushie with a little backpack clip on him. And he was official. I'll show you his tag. You can see right there, Paw Patrol, nickjr.com. And he does open up. He has a little zipper. So he's cute. Here's a Classic Toy Company monkey plush. Classic Toy Company is one of the cheaper plushes. They're very cheaply made. And they still sell really well. I don't know why. They're one of my favorite bread and butter brands though. And I've even had some of them that sold for a lot of money that I would consider Bolos. They do make, they're cheap. They're carnival price or like claw machine price animals. The dragons do really well. The really larger animals do really well. I got a whole bunch of monkeys at a yard sale, all different colors. She let me have them. I think it was like 50 cents a piece because I bought all of them. There was red and blue and purple. This purple one had a rip, which you can see in the photo. I also disclosed it. So you can see with the two Clarices and this monkey, I always disclose any and all damage. I put it in two places. I put it up here, and then I put it down in the description box as well. And then I will often tell them it's in the photos that they can see it and where. Shown in detail on last two photos. So I can kind of direct them to where they can see the damage. The other monkeys sold for more like $13, $14, $15. But because this one had damage, I listed him a little bit lower. So he went for $11.99. And he shipped first class. This is a Bolo brand. This is Folktales Folk Manus. You want to look for the Folk Manus puppets especially. But even just the regular plush that's not puppets will do really well. Folk Manus is a great brand and you want to keep your eyes peeled for this. This is the Folktales by Folk Manus. And these puppets and stuffed animals are based on fairy tales and folk tales. This is a reversible puppet. It's really cute. It can be a blue tadpole or a green frog. See? Super duper cute. He, I think, came from Goodwill for 50 cents. And he sold for $20.99 and shipped first class. Disney Doc McStuffins is a kids show on Disney. The characters from Doc McStuffins are very popular. I have not listed a single Doc McStuffins plush that hasn't sold within a couple of weeks. I think the longest one sat was close to a month. And Plush, that's pretty fast. Plush is very long tail. Plush takes a while to sell. So anything that's going to sell within a couple of weeks or within a month is really good. It's fast for Plush. And the Doc McStuffins are all doing well for me. They have been for about a year. Until the show loses its popularity and it slows down, I will grab any and all Doc McStuffins animals I find. All the characters. Some go for more money, some go faster, but they all do really well. So this is Lammy. She's super cute. This is a Thai version, but I'll get any of the brands I find. I paid 50 cents for her. She sold for $12.99. And nope, I took a best offer of $11. Sorry guys, just checked my notes. So I listed her for $13, but I did take a best offer of $11, and she shipped first class. And then we have a Mary Meyer Moose. I picked up because it was Mary Meyer. Unfortunately, it didn't comp as high as I had hoped, so I let it go for $8.74. It was, I think, 99 cents at a thrift store that we don't even shop at anymore. And it shipped first class. The older Mary Meyer plush, the vintage ones, those actually sell for a little bit more, and you want to keep your eyes peeled for those. The tag's a little bit different, but it will still say Mary Meyer. And then we have the vintage Berenstain Bear, Papa Bear. I got this at the Goodwill for $1.99. I absolutely was willing to pay $2 for it. I knew what I was getting. I knew what I had when I found it. I sold him for $38.99. And the best part is he didn't even weigh a pound. I thought he was going to when I first purchased him by feel. So I thought he was going to have to go in for more like 30 with calculated shipping. But nope, he weighed under a pound. So I just listed him for $38.99 free shipping. And he went first class. And you can see his tag here. It's by Chosen International, which is a brand that used to make plush back in the good old days. A lot of your vintage plush are going to be Chosen, or a lot of Chosen plush will be vintage. So he did sell for $38.99, and I guess this is probably my best plush sale this week. Pretty awesome. Okay, next up, we're going to look at a couple of toys that aren't plush. So I did mention in one of my videos last week, in case you didn't hear the story, Keith and I have been cleaning out our storage area upstairs that we lovingly refer to as the serial killer room. But it's where we keep all of our listed inventory organized in our system that we use. But we also have an area up there where sometimes some death piles and some I don't want to piles can accumulate. So we've been going through everything up there. We've pretty much pulled aside a bunch of stuff that we have decided if it doesn't sell by Christmas, we are just donating it. We're pulling it out of the store and donating it. And then we went through the piles of the I don't wannas. And if we were really never going to do it and just keep saying I don't wanna, we donated it. But we found some really good stuff that we either had never listed or had listed but it had fallen off. So Keith had a container of some old Ninja Turtle toys from when he was a kid. Excuse me, I needed a drink. And we were going to give them to my kids, but now my kids are all grown up and they're not interested in them. So they just kind of sat up in that room for a long time. And Keith decided he's just going to go ahead and list them. This one isn't even a turtle, but it was a box of turtles. It was a turtle box, like a container case that you could buy back in the 90s to keep your turtles in. So he's been listing all of those, and a couple of them have already sold. So he listed them last week, and that's how fast some of these are going. This is a Toxic Crusader Major Disaster Trauma action figure toy. This one was the first one to sell, and it sold overnight from when he listed it. $14.99, and it shipped first class. We've been shipping them in these little brown boxes that we have. They're like probably about a 7x7x7. We just put a wrap of bubble wrap around them, and then add in some tissue paper that we get for free with our eBay store subscription coupon for supplies in the boxes to kind of like cushion it out. And we actually didn't even pay for any of the boxes that we've been using. Keith's dad buys fishing lures on eBay and gives us all the boxes for free. So easy peasy, cheap for us to ship anyway. And then this one sold. Now this one is actually from the Ninja Turtles. This is Baxter Stockman. He is a character from the Ninja Turtles. And he sold for $19.99 and shipped first class, same way that we shipped the other one. Next up, we have a Woolrich vintage sweater. So Woolrich is kind of a brand. Poop. But this is vintage. This is mohair. Wool mohair. Let me show you. And that tag right there is vintage. So if you see this blue tag with the sheep on it, Woolrich, it's vintage and it's probably worth picking up. This is a wool and mohair blend. So we did grab this for 99 cents when we found it. And it sold for $32.14. And it shipped first class. Next up, we have some vintage Tommy Hilfiger men's jeans. These came in a wholesale lot, and average cost for item in that lot was $2. This is the big patch, the big flag patch on the back that lets me know it's vintage. Size 38 is a good size for men. They're vintage. They're Tommy Hilfiger. They're black. This is definitely a Bolo you guys want to be looking for. Again, look for that big patch. And these sold on a best offer. I accepted. No, these sold for full price. These sold for $35.62 and shipped in a padded flat. Had to check my notes. Sorry, guys. So these sold for $35.62, shipped in a padded flat. Our cost was $2. This is what we accepted a best offer on. So this is a red cap men's button front shirt from Cigar City Brewing. Came in a wholesale lot. The average cost per item in that lot was $2 an item. And we accepted $20 on this shirt. Shipped first class. Next up, I wanted to show you guys these because this is a mall brand. A lot of people will tell you this is a poop brand that you probably don't want to pick up and sell. But I do pretty well with them. The jeans. I don't know that I would source anything else from this brand other than jeans, especially the men's jeans. Now, these came to me in a wholesale lot, so I didn't actually pick them out myself, but I would were I to find them in the wild. I took a best offer of $25 on them. They sold within a week of being listed, and they shipped in a padded flat. This is a two-piece button front woman's shirt and then a shirt underneath. So it's got like this blouse, long sleeve blouse on the bottom, and then the overshirt that has the buttons. I got this at a church sale for $1 for both pieces because it was considered one item. So I paid $1 for both pieces. It took a long time to sell, but sold for $35. So that was a nice, you had to wait, but we got a good amount of money for it. And it did have to ship in a padded flat. Next up are some fanfares. These are some mules that I found at the Goodwill for 99 cents. Fanfares is, a whatever brand, but I thought they were cute shoes. They were only 99 cents. So I decided to bring them home and try them. They sold for $18.99 plus shipping. All in, the buyer paid $31.98 for these shoes. And I did ship them in a priority shoebox. Next up, we have some Buffalo David Byton men's jeans. Now, this is not a brand that I source anymore, but I'm showing them to you because this was a pair that I pulled out of our inventory, rephotographed, and relisted. So I ended the old listing and sold similar on it, and then just replaced the photos and kind of switched up the keywords in the title and just double checked all of the item specifics, and I relisted them and they sold within 2 days. Prior to that, they had been in our store for about 3 years. So I know that I keep harping about that in these what sold videos, but I think it's so important for you guys to go through your eBay stores, your Posh Closets, and look at your old items. Has anything been sitting around forever that has terrible pictures on it? There is no shame in that. I used to take horrible pictures, awful pictures. We all had to start somewhere. We didn't know what we were doing. And every time I find these old listings and I decide I'm going to pull it, and sell, I end the item, sell similar, replace the photos, they sell. They'll sell within a couple of days or a couple of weeks, these items that have just been sitting around forever. I got these for 99 cents at a thrift store that was local to us, a honey pot that closed in 2018. And they sat forever. I don't even source this brand anymore. I don't really like it. But they sold for $24.99 within a couple of days of just me redoing the photographs. So if you got old stale stuff, if you've got stuff that just won't move, take a very hard look at the photos and try to be unbiased and honest with yourself. Are they crappy photos? Because if they are, you can redo them and chances are your item will sell. This sat around for years. 3 years probably, and sold within a couple of days for $24.99 with damage, with a problem. You see the pocket here? It's missing a button, and they still sold. So check your photos, guys. This is a scrub top I just showed to you guys in a haul video a couple weeks ago. I did mention that I do really well with the Pittsburgh Steelers scrub tops, and I find them in abundance because we live in Pittsburgh. But I do love to pick up these scrub tops and the scrub bottoms that are like the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Pirates or the Penguins, the teams that are local here. They sell really fast. Keith put this up and it sold within 2 days, I believe. It was super fast. Sold for full asking price of $15.99. Our cost was 99 cents. And it shipped first class. Excuse me. This Justin Bieber purse, I believe came from Goodwill. I think I paid 99 cents for it. I don't even think he's that popular anymore, but you know what? I recognized who it was. It was 99 cents. Excuse me. So it was worth the risk. Brought it home. It's been around a couple months. It didn't really take that long. I have a feeling somebody bought it for some lucky girl for Christmas. It sold for $16.99 and shipped first class. Here's another mall brand that I enjoy selling that people think I'm crazy. A lot of people will tell you Aeropostale is a poop brand, and honestly, it probably is. But I do really well with the jeans. These are the high-waisted jeggings. I believe these ones came out of a thread-up box. So the average cost is usually like $1.70 something for each pair in those boxes. This is an example of a pair that I dropped the price drastically low and then added shipping on it just to see if that would move them. And it did. All in, buyer paid $21.28 for a pair of Aeropostale jeans that shipped first class. This is a Free Country woman's jacket. This came to us in a wholesale lot. Cost about $2. Free Country is a new to us brand, but I think I'll keep my eye peeled for it because this sold relatively quickly, about 3.5 weeks. I'd never seen this brand before, but this nice jacket sold for best offer of $23.62, and it shipped in a padded flat. Here we have an ugly sweater. This is ugly. Y'all, if you didn't know ugly sweaters sell, Karen Scott is a poop brand. I would never source anything from Karen Scott. I used to years ago when we first started and we didn't know what we were doing and we were still learning. I used to source it until I figured out that it's a poop brand. Don't source it. But when I see ugly sweaters, I will grab them no matter the brand because they do move. And not just Christmas ones. They do have ugly sweaters for Halloween, Valentine's Day. I've seen them for St. Patrick's Day. Just any of these hideous, ugly sweaters that are, over the top. This one has a pinned on fluffy little snowman. I laugh at them because they just amuse me. See the snowman? So this was 99 cents. Sold for $21.18. Shipped in a padded flat. Just keep your guys' eyes peeled for these ugly sweaters. Next up, we have a Margaritaville shirt that came in a wholesale lot. About $2 cost. This is we are heading back to Key West town. It's a 3XL, which is a really great size. If you guys find those really big sizes like that in men's t-shirts, that's really great. It's also 100% cotton, and it is official Margaritaville on the tag. Had this not been official Margaritaville, we would not have listed it. Had it been like Gildan or Fruit of the Loom, you're running the risk that somebody bought shirts at Walmart and printed these off in their basement or whatever, and you cannot sell those. You can get suspended and in trouble. So if you have concert tees or, tees from tours or whatever, just make sure they're official. We took a best offer of $20 on this one, and it shipped first class. Next up, we have some Gloria Vanderbilt pants. I typically stay away from Gloria Vanderbilt unless it's jeans. I do really enjoy selling Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. I typically only will source size 14 and up, and I won't pay more than a couple bucks. But these pants were unique enough and new with tags that I had to grab them. They were only 99 cents, and you can see the neat print here. It's almost fleur-de-lis. I just said printed because I really wasn't sure what to call it. So I used the word printed in the title and then just showed this up-close photo of the print. These are size 10 average. That's an average size. They're slimming jean. They weren't really jeans, so they were kind of like a stretchy pant. I like when the tags have all these keywords on there for me, though, because you can just put these all in the title and you don't have to think too hard. Had the MSRP of $40, so I probably originally wanted around $26 for them, but they've been around for a little while. So I did take a best offer, $20.94, just to get them out the door. And I believe they shipped padded flat, yes. Next up, we have some Talbots women's pants. These came out of a wholesale lot. About $2 cost. I did show these in the jeans that sold in November video and talked a little bit about them. They're pretty wild. Got a nice print. Talbots is an okay, decent brand as far as, like bread and butter. But any kind of jeans or pants with wild prints like this, I always grab them when I see them and I'm outsourcing. Of course, these came in a wholesale lot, so I didn't pick these out myself, but I would have had I seen these in the wild. These bright graphics, these wild prints like this, they really do sell. And we've already gotten the feedback on these. The buyer absolutely loves them. She's so tickled pink. She's just happy and pleased. So she definitely found the pants for her. We did take a best offer on them of $18.70, and I believe they shipped first class. So win-win. Here is some shorts. These are wool shorts. These are about a year old. I came home with a stack of these, maybe even 2 years. I don't know. There were so many of them. So I went to the Goodwill one time, and they had like almost a whole rack, like a whole section of the rack, all size 12 and 14, all wool pants. Some were this Joss A. Bank brand, some were Talbots, some were, I want to say, LL Bean. There was just a whole variety of brands, but they were all 100% wool. And they were all 99 cents on sale. So I grabbed the entire stack. It may have been like 15 or 20 pairs I brought home. There were a lot of them. And none of the brands were really that great. But the fact that they were wool, and I mean, they're grandma shorts, and I figured somebody would want them. They are pleated. They're definitely not, for the young crowd. But they sell pretty regularly. Most of the time, most of them go on Poshmark for me, but there's only like 2 or 3 pairs left, and they're taking a while to move. So I guess the less popular looking ones are the ones that are taking forever. But most of them have already sold. I'd do it again just because they're wool. And again, I know that there's a lot of sellers on eBay or Poshmark that try to only source and sell what's trendy now, what's in fashion now, or cater towards the younger crowd. But I kind of figure that there's all kinds of people in the world, all different kinds of folks who like all different kinds of fashion, and they're all shopping online. So I don't try to just focus on what's trendy. I mean, that's going to sell quickly and for more money. So I do pick up what's trendy, of course. But when I find loud shorts like this, I know there's someone out there who will wear these quote unquote grandma shorts. There's just all types of people in this world, and they're all shopping online. So I don't try to get myself in a niche or, pigeonhole myself. I try to buy thinking that all these different kinds of folks are online looking for clothes. So anyway, these sold for best offer of $18.89. I think they shipped first class. They sure did. Next up, we have this Bobby Chan men's button front shirt. This came out of a wholesale lot. Cost about $2. Bobby Chan, new to me brand. Never heard of it until it came out of that lot. I will definitely be looking for it in the wild, and so will Keith. This will be something that we would pick up moving forward if we ever saw it. The shirt is made out of silk and bamboo. See the tag? Silk and bamboo. And it is a nice looking shirt. New with tags. We took a best offer of $20, and it shipped first class. Here's another train that sold. I did tell you guys in my what sold video last week, the Christmas ornaments and the Christmas trains that we have upstairs are starting to move. These are all things that we would be, we're going to be just taking down and redonating at the end of the year if they don't sell. So I'm glad that they're starting to sell. I would rather get a couple of bucks profit than a tax credit for donation. Profit is always better. It's money right now. It's capital to reinvest in your business versus getting a credit on your taxes. But those are good too. And you don't want to keep poop around in your stores for too long. But we're going to do some more videos about that as we get closer to the end of the year and talk about getting rid of items and getting rid of the poop out of your closets and your stores as we get ready for 2021. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. The trains are starting to sell. Christmas ornaments are selling. I don't know if it's because we threatened them or what, but they are moving. This one sold for $14.99 and shipped first class. And this one's kind of just really cute. I thought it was cute. It's a timber express train, and it's got like little wood logs. And then speaking of things that we found while we were cleaning out the 3rd floor, in addition to the box of turtles, Keith found a bunch of these Game Boy games that I think he had listed at one point, but they had fallen off and we just didn't know it because they were upstairs and with the rest of the inventory that we hadn't gone through in a long time. Things do fall off eBay. Sometimes it happens. These were Keith's actual games, and he just doesn't use them anymore. So he relisted them, and they sold really fast. They sold with, a couple days. So this is a Pokemon Pinball Game Boy, and it sold for $14.99. And then the Game Shark Pro Game Boy Color. And this one sold on the best offer of $30. So we took $30 for that one. That one sold for $14.99. And then those 2 toys I showed you, one was $14.99 and one was $19.99. So that's like $35, $65. $80 that we just had sitting upstairs. And we still have some more turtles and a couple more games that are going to get moving soon, I hope. So go through your stuff, guys. Make sure you double check your inventory once in a while to see if anything fell off. Make sure that you're going through your I don't want to piles and your death piles and getting that stuff listed. This was $80 we sold this week that was just sitting upstairs until we decided to go through it. Also, check your old listings and check those photos. If you can retake the photos and get something to move, again, that's money that's just sitting around that you could be making. All right, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I always love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel. Help us feed a hungry hippo. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. You can search for it on Facebook or use the link provided in the description box down below. Until next time, guys, go be productive, go make some money, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.